Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the cheapest countries to invest in real estate in 2022. There are many reasons why you would want to invest in real estate in a cheap country. You may want to invest in a property to run an Airbnb or to find long-term tenants. You can also choose to invest in a property, renovate, and resell the property. This can be harder to do if you are doing it in a different country, but some countries have a number of advantages. The prices per square meter or feet can be lower than in your home country, and in many cases, you can even get a residence permit just by buying property in a country. And before we start, I would like to point out that I will not list the absolute cheapest countries to invest in real estate, but the cheapest countries to invest in property where the investment makes sense. That is, countries and cities in which you can get affordable properties and at the same time get a decent return on your investment. And now the usual talk. If you want to travel, move, or invest abroad, hit the like button, check out other videos, book a consultation call, and the link is in the description. And follow the advice of every other YouTuber. Subscribe. Let's start. Montenegro is the first country in our list today, and as you probably know, Montenegro is a country I often recommend here on the channel. Montenegro has some of the cheapest property prices in Europe, but the prices vary wildly around the country. We can basically divide the country in three regions regarding prices. The coast, that is the Kotor Bay, Budva, all these places that are sought during the summer season. And obviously the coast is the most expensive place in the country to buy real estate. Then the capital, Podgorica, which is much more affordable than the coast, and the rest of the country, which is not on the coast and also not the capital, and these are cities with much lower demand and also extremely low prices in general. Montenegro is likely to join the European Union in the coming years, bringing more stability and less corruption to the country in the long term, which then obviously attract more investment and qualified expats. Apart from being a great place to invest in real estate, Montenegro also has other pretty significant advantages. Among them, it is easy to get a residence permit in the country, taxes in Montenegro are much lower than the average in Europe, safety, Montenegro is a pretty safe country, and the nature. As you can see from the video, the nature in Montenegro looks stunning. And now finally talking about prices per square meter, in the capital Podgorica, they currently hover around 1,500 euros. In coastal cities like Budva, Kotor, Herceg Novi, you can probably find much higher prices, so it depends on which area you would prefer to invest in Montenegro. The next country is Albania. Albania, which is Montenegro's neighbor to the south, is, in my opinion, one of the best markets to invest in Europe right now. Let's see why. In the past, Albania many times ranked as the poorest country in Europe, and after a disastrous communist regime that plagued the country for decades, Albania also faced even more misery with nationwide pyramid schemes in the 90s. Now all of that is long gone, and Albania is organizing itself to become a dynamic market economy, although problems like corruption still exist in the country. Due to its turbulent past, the average income in Albania continues below what it is in most countries in Europe, and this reflects into a real estate market with plenty of opportunities. In Saranda, for example, which is in the south of the country, there are studio flats available for as little as 30,000 euros. Saranda is just a short ferry ride from the Greek island of Corfu, where real estate can easily cost thrice as much. In the capital Tirana, prices per square meter are comparable to other capitals in the Balkans, such as Podgorica in Montenegro and Sarajevo in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The next country is Cambodia. Cambodia is a country that you may want to consider for a property investment if you want to focus in Southeast Asia. Cambodia has a striking advantage compared to most European countries and even many Latin American countries: its natural population growth. Only this fact will represent a guaranteed demand for real estate in the main cities throughout the country, while in Europe, even in bigger cities, this cannot be guaranteed considering the natural growth rate. Cambodia also is an excellent alternative to Thailand. Thailand is actually a great place, but it is harder to get a residence permit and the real estate prices in most areas are not exactly cheap. Cambodia, as a much less developed country, can offer investment opportunities that Thailand had 20 or 30 years ago. There are some pretty modern projects in Cambodia, notably in Phnom Penh, that are definitely worth checking. The prices per square meter in the Cambodian capital currently hover around $2,400 for the most central parts of the city. The next country is Romania. Romania is another option for those looking to invest in real estate in the European Union at a relatively low cost. Although Romania is a full European Union member, it is usually ignored by investors and digital nomads for a number of reasons. First of all, Romania is still not part of the Schengen free movement area. So whenever you'll be traveling from Romania to any other European country, you will actually have your passport checked. The second reason why Romania is not so attractive is that it doesn't use the euro as its currency, and its currency is also not pegged to the euro. So theoretically, the Romanian lei is less stable than the euro. Apart from these reasons, Romania can be an excellent place to invest in real estate. The capital Bucharest, with almost 2 million inhabitants, is one of the cheapest capitals in Europe, with prices per square meter hovering around $2,300 in its central districts. If you're not an EU citizen, you can get a residence permit to reside in Romania by opening a company. But it cannot be just any company. It has to have its business plan approved by the Romanian authorities. Other interesting areas to invest in the country are the city of Cluj-Napoca and the coast on the Black Sea. The next country is Georgia. Georgia is another country that is worth checking out if you want to invest in real estate on the cheap. I've made a few videos about Georgia, so you'll probably know that in the past 2 decades, Georgia became a business hub in the region, and one of the best countries in the ease of doing business rank by the World Bank. Prices overall per square feet and meter are low in Georgia, compared to most countries in Europe, as well as many countries in the Middle East. The price per square meter in the capital Tbilisi is currently around $1,800, but it is not uncommon to find properties for cheaper prices, especially in the outskirts of the city. If you want to live on the seaside, you can also consider the city of Batumi on the Black Sea. There are many apartments available, even with a sea view for less than $50,000. Georgia is also a great place to reside if you want to live with low taxes, and depending on your income, even tax-free. Check our other videos about Georgia if you are interested in this country. Georgia is unfortunately a neighbor of Russia, which definitely involves a higher level of risk than in countries which are, let's say, in a better neighborhood. The next country is Turkey. Turkey is a country that could not be ignored in this list, as it has some pretty affordable real estate all around the country. Turkey, which now is officially named Turkey, has affordable properties for all types of buyers. Are you looking for a modern condo in a bustling area of a large city? Or maybe you want a countryside property, or even a studio by the sea? You can find all of this in Turkey for a fraction of what it would cost virtually anywhere in the European Union, and definitely way less than anything similar in the United States. Of course, the cheap properties in Turkey come with a risk, and actually Turkey has plenty of risk to offer, so it is not a country for the risk adverse. Some of the main risks of Turkey are the economic and political risk. The Turkish government is definitely not known for taking good decisions in its monetary policies. This reflects on high inflation and a constant devaluation of the local currency, the lira. I would probably consider Turkey if you are looking for real estate for personal use, or if you want to buy a property to run a hotel, for example. If you are considering a buy-to-let investment, you would always have to bear in mind that rents are paid in lira, and as I said, the lira is constantly losing value. The next country is Hungary, and Hungary is the last country in our list today. And the reason why Hungary is in the list is because it is in a very special situation in terms of its property market. Hungary is a full European Union member, but unlike other European Union countries surrounding Hungary, the economic and political situation in the country are much riskier than in other countries like Slovakia, Austria or Romania. And this reflects in much lower investments in Hungary than in other countries in the region. Because of factors such as corruption and bad monetary policies, the Hungarian currency, the forint, is constantly devaluating. And as a final consequence of this, property prices in Hungary are much cheaper than other Central European countries such as Slovakia, Poland, the Czech Republic, and they are even comparable to countries such as Romania and Bulgaria. But Hungary has a much better location, and Budapest is one of the best cities to live in Europe. So if you want to invest in a Central European city with a high quality of life, Budapest might be just the perfect option. But you have to bear in mind that the country is much more volatile than most other countries in the European Union. Prices in the capital Budapest hover around 2,500 euros per square meter. If you wander beyond Budapest, you can definitely get much better deals. In some areas of the country, it is not uncommon to find houses for $20,000 or $30,000. Finally, it is relatively easy to get a residence permit in Hungary by starting a company to manage your real estate, an opportunity which is not available in most EU countries. And that's it for today's video. Write down in the comment section which country would you like to pick to invest in real estate and what kind of real estate you would like to find. And to end the video, the usual spiel, you already know it. If you want to travel, move, or invest abroad, hit the like button. Check our other videos, there's plenty of free information here on the channel. Book a consultation call with me if you want to have an individual assessment of your situation. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.